Uh, uh, uh. Hey, what's going on, fellow humanoids, extraterrestrials, and everything else everyone identifies as? I'll be your friendly verbal griefer for this evening. I'm not a YouTuber. I am just a guy who uploads videos to YouTube every blue moon from his mom's basement. I'm joking, of course. I don't really live in my mom's basement. Or do I? You are free to believe what you want, just as you are free to identify as whatever you want, which you are not, so stop believing in stuff. Now that we've got that established, I'm going to give my two foundational suggestions for establishing an empire in GTA 5. I'll briefly rant about GTA 6, and I will make a few requests for Rockstar, which they will never hear, so they'll never see this. So, that's kind of pointless. Anyways, moving on now. The bulk of this video was intended for friends who either want to make requests for what vehicles they would want to use while we are rolling together, or because they want to test drive something before they purchase it. I primarily made this list for myself because it is hard to keep track of what's what, and figured I would just toss it up on here so that my crew had an awareness of things that they had at their disposal, because that is one of the great things about the rewards for your time spent in GTA, is that you can share them with your friends. Alright, so I'm going to jump into my top two recommendations for building an empire that will strike back. So there are two self-disciplines that I apply that I suggest to everyone. They require patience and some self-control. Some people might have just walked away after I said that. That's okay. First, establish a minimum amount of funds that you will not spend beyond, and gradually raise that minimum over time. You will need to avoid being a behavioral buyer and practice restraint. An example of this: in the beginning, I grinded to 3 million, and I would not allow myself to go below 1 million. Then I grinded to 5 million, and I would not allow my funds to drop below 3 million. And I continued this process till I got where I am now. You must decide on a minimum amount of money that you will not go below, and continue to raise that minimum. Second, only buy on discount. Every week, they have new bonus money events and discount prices. Most people are aware. You can check it out on the Rockstar Newswire. Every Thursday right now is the weekly reset for these new bonus money events and discount prices. The more money you save by buying on discounts, the more money you will have to buy more toys. By utilizing this method, you will save millions upon millions. I'm not exaggerating, because I've saved millions upon millions, and the more you save is the more toys you can collect. Alright, let's rant up some GTA 6. So what I want to know, out of all the people who've actually spent a decent amount of time on GTA Online, actually wants to start from scratch in a GTA 6, who would completely abandon everything they've built in GTA 5 for GTA 6, who would start from scratch and build on GTA 6 while at the same time still playing GTA 5, and who would not even get involved in GTA 6 but just remain on GTA 5 because they didn't want to abandon everything they built. I'm down for GTA 6. I grew up playing GTA from the beginning. I'm just not up for the GTA 6 that I hear everybody else talking about. I'm not looking forward to a GTA 6 that's its own separate entity. I'm looking forward to a GTA world where it's implemented like an expansion, where you can't access that content until you pay for it, right? So I'm not talking free expansions, it's a paid for game, but just an expansion thereof what already exists, right? It can be a complete whole game experience on its own while being tied to Los Santos. Its own city, that roughly the scale of Los Santos or larger, depending on what they're capable of. It could have its own story mode with the potential to connect with GTA 5 story, just as online is doing with Franklin and Lamar and all that. It could have its own online content, new modes, or take current modes and businesses, whatever, and, you know, re-implement them into the new city, which also has the potential in the future to have new modes where it's a collaboration of both the cities. There's a potential to travel between cities via air, sea, and land, which would be ideal, but perhaps not capable of doing such things, so that we would have to load between cities individually. But either way, money earned would be usable cross cities. Vehicles are a bit tougher as to what the limitations of that would look like. Would kind of have to be determined by Rockstar. Maybe, you know, if you spawn a vehicle in one method or another cross city, there would be a longer cooldown consequence or something. But expansive GTA world is my hope. I don't know if you remember, GTA 4 was technically the first GTA Online. GTA 5 was the second. And if you pay attention to Rockstar's wording, they don't call it GTA 5 Online. They call it GTA Online. My hope is that that's not an accident, but that it's purposeful, with the intention to expand GTA Online instead of separating them individually. But that's just me and what I would personally like to see. If you want a GTA 6 not to be connected to GTA 5, I'm curious of your perspective as to why you would want that. But I will leave my GTA 6 rant there for now. Now, let's briefly go over suggestions for Rockstar that would be appreciated if implemented. If we could get a favorites list for our contacts, I think that would be cool. Not a dire need, mind you, but I think it would be useful. Less scrolling and skipping through our contacts, you know. Choose our favorites, you know, mark them as such, you know, mechanic, insurance. You know, people will be calling that insurance. Some maybe even more than their mechanic, right? It's on a regular basis, right? Maybe 10, favorite list of 10, 5 even, you know, give us a few nice little feature there, favorites list of, you know, the people we contact the most. That would be great. Can we get lift kits on trucks, please? I never purchase suspension on trucks because it only lowers them. Does anybody buy suspension for their trucks? Because I've not met anybody that does. And this is aside from lowriders. That's a show truck. I'm talking like 4x's, like trucks, right? That would be great. Lift kits. Thank you. For the love of God, would you quit favoring Challengers, and especially Mustangs, for like a season? Get us some modern day Camaros. You have like a dozen Mustangs, like half a dozen or more Challengers, and like 3 Camaros. Why the Camaro hate? Why the avoidance of Camaros? This I wonder. Lastly, it would be great to be able to paint all brake pads, not just select vehicles, all brake pads. I feel obligated to paint most of my vehicles red to match the pads. Now, perhaps this is color scheme OCD, but I feel like I'm not alone in this, and people want to paint the brake pads. That would be great. But yeah, that's just some things off the top of my head that would be great to see implemented. I do like gaining new perspectives. I find that it helps broaden my own perspective, so feel free to let me know of suggestions that you may have. And that is it for me. Exertain signing out. Live long and prosper, my friends.
I miss you all the same.